Welcome to Intuitive Art Sales. This is the show where I, Jessica Craddock, am going to teach you how to source your art marketing from within. You're going to practice claiming that authentic art business that you want and leading into the most natural way for you to get there. You're going to learn to get connected to your intuition, your confidence, and your community so that you can sell your art consistently while holding strong boundaries on your work-life balance. Welcome back to Intuitive Art Sales mini episode style. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my mind for a while. This little analogy that's been brewing about how to know what activities you need to be doing in your business to create revenue, depending on where you are at. So let's see if I can do a good job of this. Wish me luck. About 4 months ago, I decided that I wanted to be strong. So of course, what did I do? I was on Instagram and I found this girl that I'd been watching for a while. I wrote her, we started working together, and I began strength training. So for the first month, I was on this program of just learning to move my body every day in a consistent way. Second month, I was starting to feel pretty good, so we moved on to lifting weights. Now remember, my goal wasn't necessarily to lose weight here, but one of the markers that you use in any sort of program like this, fitness program, is the scale. And so every morning I was weighing myself in order to see kind of what progress was happening. And for the first 2 months, pretty much nothing happened. I think maybe I lost a pound or two, and probably part of what happened there was I was also gaining muscle, and so the weight wasn't really coming off. But also, strength training isn't really about losing weight. It's about gaining muscle. In something like cardio, where you'd be up and running and losing a bunch of calories and all of that, you might see different results. But that's not what I was doing. I was strength training. But then something kind of surprising happened. The third month, without really changing anything, and honestly, probably not having the best diet, it wasn't terrible, but not the best, I lost about 8 pounds all at once. Which brings us up to December. I know. Stick with me. I have a point here. In December, I took a trip to my grandmother's house. December happened. And I got out of the habit of working out 4 or 5 times a week. And honestly, even stepping on the scale. So fast forward, we're about 3 weeks in now. And I was a little bit scared to look. I was like, oh God, what have I done? So I went and got on the scale. And even with eating, traveling, all of the things, I was at the same weight. And I was even more surprised by that. I was like, wait, how can this be possible? This doesn't make sense to me. But as I thought more about it, I realized all that work that I put in at the beginning, those first 3 months, were building up muscle. And muscle, even if you're not moving, even if you're not burning tons of calories, those muscles help you burn calories behind the scenes. They're like your little helpers working for you. So it makes sense that in the third month, I had built up all this momentum and all of a sudden I lost weight. And then even though I wasn't carrying on that momentum, I still have the majority, I hope, of those muscles. They haven't atrophied yet. And so they're still working for me. So even though I went on this downhill slide, not much happened because I still had this momentum, these helpers helping me move forward and helping me to achieve different results. Why do you care about all this? Because it has everything to do with how you make money. So in the beginning, in your art business, what most people learn are to do projects. We're going to compare projects to strength training. It takes time. It takes time to work, but eventually they can help you. They can help you make more money, even if you're not at 100%. But there is something you can do to speed up your results. If I had also had a really great nutrition plan that I stuck to, those daily activities of putting the right food in my body, paying attention to it, fueling myself properly, not overindulging, etc., that nutrition program could have allowed me to start making money immediately, to start losing weight immediately. That is the difference between money now and consistent income. Also, conveniently, the name of my two programs. Eventually, Money Now will roll into consistent income, but for January and February, it will be a standalone program. But what does that mean for you? How can you take that information for yourself to help you decide whether you are fueling your nutrition or strength training? And of course, there's more nuance and technique and learning to this that I could teach you. But for you to understand the basic concepts today, ask yourself this question for everything that you do. Every day when you write down your to-do list, or you use your planner, or you think about, oh, what do I want to do first? Ask yourself this question. Does this activity have the possibility of getting me results today, of bringing money in the door today? And that doesn't mean 100%. It will definitely bring money in the door, but could it? Does it create more opportunities for you? Not down the road, but today. That's how you decide if it's a money now activity or a consistent income activity. And if you are under that $1,000, $1,500 a month mark, you don't know how to get there, you need to be focusing really heavily on these money now activities. Once you pass that, once you understand that and you learn it and you master it, then you move on to consistent income activities. Let me caveat this with, it can be done backwards. I did it backwards. Please don't do it backwards. You can do project after project after project after project after project until those add up enough to bring in the money that you need. I spent several years in that place. And I don't really know how to make money now. And I didn't even know that I didn't know how to make money now. I thought that's how you made money, was you did projects. Projects being update your website, create a new lead magnet, get your Pinterest strategy going. Like, those are projects. None of those things were going to bring in more money. Maybe once in a while, but that's so sporadic and you have no control over those things because there's so many other factors that go into them. For example, a website. You can have the best website in the world, but unless you have something people want to buy, really massive amount of traffic coming to it, how's that traffic getting to it? Those are all projects to get the traffic to it. It's like project after project after project after project to get to these minimal results when you could just be doing simple, brave actions that make you money now. So what I want you to ask yourself is, which one of these things should I be doing? And is that what I'm doing? And if you're doing the wrong one, let's flip that. Let's get you into the right mode. If you are above that $1,000, $1,500 a month mark and you have moved on and now you're just doing projects and all of a sudden your income's dipping or you're not making the money that you thought that you should be making, and you've changed gears, all of a sudden things aren't working as well. Maybe it's time for a little money now boost. You can go back and forth between the two. Or maybe you're someone who's like, Jessica, I can make $5,000 when I launch my art, but it takes all this work and it takes months to get there. I have to create the work. I have to do all the blah, 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 blah. And there's no money coming in the middle. Those can be mixed and matched. You can have the launch, but you can also do activities to bring money in between those $5,000 launches. Honestly, I know people are hurting right now. Like, not everyone, but there is a large segment of the population who is saying, things are so expensive. I need more money, which I believe is why I'm so passionate about teaching this at this moment in time. I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to think, I can't do it. I want you to think, oh, shoot, I need to make some more money. I better go do it. And that's a beautiful place to be. Just to feel like I understand that. I have that knowledge. So let's recap real fast. Every day, your homework. Every day. Ask yourself, is this list of things that I am going to be working on, are they projects? Are they things that will get me towards consistent income? Are they things that will build my muscle? Or are they things that have the potential to bring in money in the door today? To change my weight on the scale by 1/10 of a pound. Is this my nutrition? Or is this my strength training? And then the second thing you're going to ask yourself is, which one do I need today? Am I at a place financially where I can be working on my consistent income? And if not, is this the right thing to be working on? Should I go back to my money now activities? Let me make one more distinction for you. A money now activity doesn't mean guaranteed money. And I think I said this earlier, but I want to hammer this home. If I do 5 money now activities, I have a pretty good chance of one of them panning out. So I know if I really need money, I can do 10 or I can do 15. And then my chances significantly increase with the number that I do. Also, I don't condone you working overtime all the time, or hardly any of the time, if at all possible. But if you find yourself in that situation where that is what I need, I have to have that, then you'll know I know how to do that. We don't want to stay there all the time. We want to grow out of that place, but we have the skills to go back to. Okay. I'm also going to ask you to write down those questions. Top of your notebook, front of your planner, screensaver on your phone, whatever works for you. Because if you're doing the right moves, your income's going to go up. This mini episode might have turned into a little bit more of a longer episode, but I hope you'll forgive me. I hope you have a very happy holiday, and I will see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit subscribe so that you can get new episodes loaded straight onto your phone as soon as they're ready. And if you have a couple extra seconds in your day, would you take the time to rate this show with how many stars you think it deserves? I would be ever so grateful. See you next time.